Hello my lovelies, how are you? Outdoors again, not quite a sunny day, but it might peep through. And again I'm in my lovely friend's garden dog sitting, so if a dog suddenly lollops in, I just want you to be aware of that so you don't get a shock. I'm going to start by putting some oil on my hands that I've made up. This is violet and vetiver. Two oils of the opposite spectrum, the really grounding, earthy smell of vetiver to keep you grounded, and the elevating, lofty heights of the violet. And that is absolutely gorgeous. That would make a wonderful perfume. So I've got a selection of crystals here, and I thought we would just do some aura brushing with Reiki today with these wonderful stones. So take a couple of breaths in, and then just imagine breathing down to your feet and rooting into these beautiful plants around me. We have a maple, Japanese Acer, and we have the choicea, which is in flower here, the white behind me. We have a pittosporum bush over there, and this green tree here was that beautiful magnolia that was in full pink splendor a few weeks ago, you may remember on one of my videos. So just root in, breathing steadily and starting to relax your body, your mind and your spirit. Breathing nice and steadily down to the pit of your stomach. And once you've done that, I'd like you just to imagine a candle flame at the center of your being. You're going to glow and grow that flame, pushing it outwards to either side of you, to the front and the back of you, and to above and below you. Keep pushing that flame outwards, pushing out all of those emotions, the negativity, the stagnancy that the world around us brings into our aura. And just let that flame fill your aura up and extend a little way beyond it, so that you have a barrier between the outside world and your aura. Okay. Now breathe in the beautiful violet and the vetiver. Let the bird song filter into your aura. We do have the outdoors noises that we just can't get away from unless we live in the middle of nowhere. So the cars, the people traveling about their daily business, and the incessant sound of a strimmer. But just let them fall away, and remember, nobody wants anything from you at this moment, and nobody needs anything from you at this moment. You are perfectly safe and perfectly secure. I'm going to draw the Tibetan master symbol, the Daikumyo. 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 And just let that filter in and seep into your auric field and your body and your mind and your spirit. bringing harmony, elevation, mastery. And then the say, hey, key, the cleansing symbol, emotional cleansing, as well as physical, which also results in a mental clearing. Imagine that filtering through in a violet colour. Next, we'll do the distant healing symbol, the Honcha Ze Sho. Honcha Ze Sho. Honcha Ze Sho. And I've drawn that one in twice for the past, but also to project into the future. And finally, the turbo boost of Reiki and protection, Chokore. 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 And once again, breathing in nice and steadily. I'm going to take a really small abalone shell first. Absolutely beautiful, a little red one. I'm just going to start by scooping down. So anything that may have annoyed you and upset you over the last day or two, down the back line as well. I feel that is very important, and somebody thanked me for that the other day. That's it. And let's just hold that over your crown, taking any doubt away. Scooping out from all of those energy centers. Let's do the lower part of your body. I'm not really going to talk about chakras in this. I'm just going to do a general cleanse. And look at those absolutely wonderful colours. And every single shell will be different. This one is beautiful with violets and pinks and turquoise. Peace, healing and tranquility. Just lift your feet up for me as I hold it under your right foot and your left foot. Of course, it might be transposed with opposites in this video. I'm going to also use this Herkimer diamond, and most of them are white with these little probably pyrite inclusions. Some of them are yellow like this. And this elevates the psyche, but it also cleanses electromagnetic. So if you are someone who suffers from all of the electrical equipment around you, this is the one for you. I'm going to send Reiki with this hand as I hold this above your crown. And again, wipe down the back of your body in small circles. All the way down your spine to the tailbone. The back of each shoulder. And down at your lower back and your hips. Breathing in and relaxing those areas. You will hear the sound of ducks and chickens and geese next door in the garden too, possibly. So, even though we live in a town setting, we can have these animals if we have a large enough garden. And I used to own chickens myself. They're great pets, they're productive. They used to come and sit in my washing machine in a drum. In the UK we have front loaders, and I think the metallic reflections used to attract this one, and she nestle in it and lay an egg every now and then. Clearing body, mind and spirit of all of those electrical charges. I think it is either positive or negative ions, I can never remember. And breathe in. This is green fluorite. There might be bits of purple in it as well. And I've chosen crystals for their colours today, not really their properties. I'm not entirely sure what this one does. Just imagine that cool spearmint colour refreshing your auric field. And if you are a public speaker, spearmint in a spritz gives you confidence. But it's also very fresh, the colour, isn't it? And light and airy. Spiral in its energy towards you. Down to your pelvis, in front of each knee, and over your feet. I'm now going to go down that back line in circular movements. Relaxing body, mind and spirit. We ask for peace and healing and tranquility for the viewer. Down each side of you. I'm going to pick some blue calcite. What I'll do is I'll put a synopsis in the show notes for what these stones do for you. I know that calcite is cleansing, but I'm unsure of each particular property. A nice cool ice blue. Let's run this down your back line now. Again in circular movements. All the way down to your tailbone. One hip, two hips, and then up to the back of your shoulder, and then your other shoulder, over the top of your head, down your front line. Nobody wants anything from you at this moment, and nobody needs anything from you at this moment. Down to your feet. Now we're going to go for a good old favourite, rose quartz, softening everything up, nurturing. And I love the energy of these raw stones. For me, I feel they are stronger than the polished ones. Let's go down the front line of the lower body. And now over the top of your head and down your back line. Birds all chattering, isn't it nice? I've also got to do the shoulders. Every now and then we're getting a flash. Have you noticed that? I'm not sure if that is guides, fairies. That's the second one I've just seen. Down to your hip. And the other hip. Knees and feet. Another breath in. The next stone is this beautiful Peacock Ore, very heavy to hold. Many say it is aligned to the brow chakra. I'm unsure, but I'm just going to use this as well because it's not one that I pick up very often. Just spin that round so you can see all of the wonderful colours. So I would say that that is the point. Let's go down the front line. Breathing in steadily. Relaxing. As we go over the top of the head and down behind the head now. And down the back line again in these mini circles, following the line of your spine, also known as the chakra line and the Tai Chi pole. The back of your shoulder, and the other shoulder. Your hip. And the opposite hip. Peace, healing, tranquility, and elevation. And then the last crystal of the day, a Pufferlite. Beautiful, mind clearing, confusion breaking through. One of my favorite clusters. Let's hold that over the crown. Guide it all the way. This one has 10 points on it, so the energy comes out in 10 different directions. And some of Pufferlite comes with other minerals in. There is a green one, I think there's a yellow one as well, but this one, pure white. Let's go over your back now with this. Shining as many points towards you as I can. You've probably got 5 points working its way down your spinal cord, the back of the shoulder, and on the other side. The hip. And the opposite hip. And last of all, we're going to seal it in with the Abalone again. And now I've changed the intent, so instead of sucking energy out on a vortex, we're going to smooth the aura down with these beautiful pearlescent and silky energies of this glorious shell. Shells can be used for scrying as well. Some of you may be seeing pictures in this. As I hold it over the head, and again, completely down your spinal cord, but also polishing, shining light into the shoulder, and then the opposite shoulder, all the way down your midriff, your rib cage, to the hip, and the other hip, moving around to your knees and shining in light to your feet. And we bring that wonderful light back to you. Finally, I'm going to draw the master symbol Daicunyo again. Seihei Ki. The Honja Ze Shou. And finally, the Chokore. There was one of those flashes again. Thank you, guides or fairies. Take a deep breath in and just breathe down to your feet, remembering the vetiver oil smelling of wet earth and the elevating and dainty violet oil to elevate your spirit and your mind. Another flash. Now just root yourself into the beautiful plants in the garden, the Acer, the Magnolia, the Choicea, the Pittosporum, and all of the grass that I'm sitting on here. And I thank you for watching. Peace be above you and below you and all around you. Bye-bye now. Another flash.